You have to do the title and everything. Cool. All right, Maylee, come sit down. We're up and running.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Hey. Can you clap?
Yay!
It's always a fun thing to be able to know how to do. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about these passages of scripture. Matthew 5:17 through 48. We can do some. Probably won't read
all of these parts because we've read those chapters. So maybe just look at the
kind of
specific call outs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to read about it. I have to get the keyboard up from behind me. This is 2, right?
How did you do that?
2?
Yes.
Okay, so tonight we're going to read about the law of Christ supersedes the law of Moses.
What does supersede mean?
I was just going to say, who knows what the word supersedes means?
I don't know.
Could you come sit on the...
Probably means just expands upon it. I think very seeds that grow very fast.
It actually doesn't have any, that is a good, yes, super seeds. Seeds that
They're
grow.
super seeds.
It's a fantastic guess. It actually has absolutely nothing to do with seeds. How funny is that?
So super, one thing you think of like superheroes, super actually means above. And sub means below. So if you see super in a word, it can mean like powerful or awesome, but it also literally means above.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
if you're thinking of like a superhero, they're like above regular heroes, right? They're superheroes. They're like even better.
Yeah. And then when you seed something, that means you're giving ownership, or you're like kind of defining a law, or so when you say supersede, it means you're putting one thing above another.
So basically,
Kind of to replace it.
Basically, it's building upon the law of Moses, which was
right.
there already.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Just expanding.
Yep.
So, like, some superhero can't fly, some can't fly. Is this related? I'm like, some people. This isn't related, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, Jen?
It's like putting your family above Facebook.
Yes. Yeah, like your family is more important than Facebook.
Yeah.
Your family supersedes Facebook.
Yeah. Family supersedes your Facebook friends. And supersedes your real world friends.
Like it's a higher priority.
Higher priority, higher order, something that's, Though they're still related, though. So when you talk about laws, Sam hit it right on the nose of the law of Christ supersedes the law of Moses in the sense that it is building upon and also is above, is more important to follow than the law of Moses.
Okay, so let's start reading what it says.
Fulfills, sorry. Let's start reading it.
Can we start reading or?
What was Moses' law?
That's a good question. So the law of Moses
Yeah.
would contain like the 10 Commandments. It was all of the laws of kind of how they ran their church, right?
Yeah.
And so the law of Moses, though, became a really big thing. So the 10 Commandments said like, don't kill people, keep the Sabbath day holy. The law of Moses would go even further to say things like you can only take this many steps on Sunday. And if you go above that, then you're breaking the commandments. Or
I'm not sure when we did that.
it talked about like all of the different sacrifices that they would have to make, or times when they would have to be clean, or it talked about things that they were supposed to eat and not supposed to eat. So the law of Moses contained, the Ten Commandments was part of it, but it was a lot.
And I'm guessing
It governed a lot of their life. It governed the way that they.
I'm guessing it was expanded over time.
Yeah, it was partially extended over time.
No. How about get him pants?
Good thing I was wearing 2 shirts.
Yeah. You tired? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So the disciples may have been surprised to hear Jesus say that their righteousness needed to exceed that of the scribes and the Pharisees, who prided themselves on how well they kept. Hey, Sam, don't interrupt. Who prided themselves on how well they kept the law of Moses. So the scribes and the Pharisees were the people who specifically studied the law of Moses and were very righteous. That's like how they defined themselves, was as like law of Moses scholars.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure a scribe is someone who writes stuff down.
But a lot of what they would write down would be like scriptures, law of Moses.
So they would look at it a lot.
So do you think they'd be pretty familiar with it?
Yes.
Yep. But Jesus taught a higher law that not only elevates our actions, but also the thoughts and feelings that inspire them. This higher law required much more: the heart, soul, and mind. So as we read through, we'll pull these scriptures up. We should consider making both, or
noting both the behaviors required in the law of Moses
and what Jesus taught to elevate them.
Also,
So
what about Matthew 5:20?
Well, it'll be just right above 5:21. So it just says that you have to exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees. So they've got, we talked about these the other
Pharisees
night.
are the rulers of the Jews, of the Jewish people.
So ye have said that it was said of them of old time, thou shalt not kill. That's what it said in the law of Moses,
In
right?
the Ten Commandments, right?
But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. So he was saying that, like, look, we started with this commandment, thou shalt not kill. Pretty basic. He says that's not even good enough anymore. Thou shalt not kill, you shouldn't kill, right?
Mhm.
But if you're even angry with your brother without a cause, you're in trouble. Is that, if you stopped yourself when you're just angry, do you think you're going to be in danger of killing someone? Like if you stop yourself from being angry at someone before you even hurt them, are you likely to kill them?
No, because you have to probably get pretty angry, and you probably have to hit someone. You know, there's a lot of things that happen before you get to a point where you're going to kill someone, right? So,
Probably.
if someone's going to try and murder someone else, they usually have to be pretty angry. Have a, you know. But if you live the law of Jesus and you don't get angry with anyone, you're not going to want to kill anyone, right?
It says without a cause with a footnote.
What?
There's a
I can tell
footnote.
the wheels are turning in your head.
There's a footnote on without a cause. And, we try to treat our neighbors like we want to treat ourselves. You know, if we kill our neighbor, then
They would probably want to try and kill you.
Kill us, yep.
Yeah.
That's basically how wars start, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes, maybe.
so if you don't want to be angry at somebody if they want to kill you. But that's a big reason why I don't kill them.
Good. I'm glad that that's a big reason why you don't kill anybody. Okay. So these all kind of keep going on with
Let's see.
not being angry with people.
And we
Let's skip.
talked about the hand and the let's see.
We're gonna
Yeah,
skip
just
adultery.
Yeah.
stop yourself early.
We don't really need to talk about divorcement and fornication.
I swear.
Those with their kids.
Eye for an eye. That's one good one. 38.
Okay, so you've heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Do
Do
you
you know
know?
what that means? In the law of Moses? What does that mean?
Like, if somebody poked at your eye, then you can poke at their eye.
Uh-huh.
And if you make somebody lose a tooth, you have to, like, get your tooth out and give it to them.
Yeah, you get your tooth knocked out too.
Yeah.
Because that's fair. And we talked about that with our history, huh? We talked about this fairness, right? Okay, so that was the law of Moses. Here's what Jesus says. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil. Do you think that means that you should, if you are tempted by something, just don't resist it. Just give in to the temptation?
No.
No. What do you think it means?
Like if you... It means, like if somebody that going whack, 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 don't kick them in the stomach.
Now, do you think that that means that if someone is smacking you, that you should just
Keep letting them smack you, no matter what?
Just go away from the person who is smacking you.
Yeah.
And kind of like if they knock out your tooth, you don't knock out their tooth.
Yeah.
That's what Jesus was.
But you don't have to like stand there and wait for them to knock out the rest of your teeth, right?
You still try to be safe, but you don't fight back in anger, right? That's kind of what this is talking about. It's like, just because you might be justified in taking out their eye, you'd be more benefited to not to forgive them. So, okay.
Not forgive them.
No, to forgive them. Anyway, I think that's a good. We talked about that one too. Pretty
Yeah, we
good.
talked about these.
Yeah.
Oh, how about this? Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. Does that seem like a pretty reasonable thing? Should you love your neighbors? Do you think it seems reasonable to hate your enemies?
Yeah.
I mean, they're your enemies. Okay, so that's what they used to say. But Jesus said, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. How hard do you think that would be?
Pretty.
I can tell you, it's not easy.
About on the same level of difficulty as the trying to find a reason to stick your head in the fridge. I would do that.
That's a weird analogy.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's pretty hard to love your enemies.
I think so too.
It's
Right, it
kind of
says,
like,
bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them that persecute you. Do you know what it means to persecute you?
yeah, tell you.
Not kill you,
No.
but
They
like
don't like
hurt you, try to make your life difficult. We do not need a
No examples.
of persecution. Persecution is when someone tries to make your life difficult. Yeah.
Why they going
Yes,
walking?
that would be a good example, but we don't need to
You
talk about
got
that.
not quality.
Okay.
You're right, but no, we're not going to talk about it.
All right.
Okay.
I think it's a good section.
Let's just make sure.
Yeah. Responsibility of thoughts. Yeah. And there's a video.
Do you guys want to watch the video?
2 minutes.
We can watch the video.
We already
Don't
watched
forget to
this
mute
one.
first.
We watched this one.
Did we?
Yeah.
It does kind of look like the one that we've already watched.
Okay.
I think we did watch
We
that.
did watch that. Okay.
Okay, so let it be written.
So let it be done. Done.
Look, they did it. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
baby.
Bye.